Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. In the last episode, we made this drill head and I already started, because I couldn't really hold back, with the back of the ship. And we will continue to build this. I didn't do anything here anymore. This thing is, as far as I don't know, I really like it. And I had a good talk with Alex Hudson about that again. He told me that his definitely was a different idea. So he basically never removed the back part of it, and he used this transport ship to empty it out. But again, I want to put my own spin on the idea he gave me, and this is what I thought out. The solar script, I have to work on this so that I can maybe there is a way, as far as I know, to connect antennas and programmable blocks, I think. And I need a way to deactivate Izzy's solar script. So whenever I approach this vessel with the other half, and I have to take a look how this works out. You can see that I have these horns on this thing. This part here will be removed. This is just so it stays in place for now. And the cockpit will be just here, so I can see when it locks and where I have to maneuver on this. That makes life easier. And also I can maneuver this then to a connector on the big ship or on another ship. I'm assuming I will use this one, or so. Up until now I don't have a connector that I could use to empty this thing out. I have 4 big cargo containers, 5 tanks, 1 reactor. We will use again a combination of ion thrusters and hydrogen thrusters. That, I have to say, works out pretty well. So we can mine our own ice. I have some O2 generators on here to process the ice. That's the word I was searching for. And I want to now put some thrusters on here. By the way, there's the jump drive this thing will use. I might not really give it a completely specialized form, I have the feeling. I will encase the cargo containers as usual, and then keep it as light as possible. I think that will be the thing with this thing. Keeping it light makes it so that I can fill it up and still have a lot of thruster power to bring this thing home. The thing that I have to figure out is how to attach hydrogen thrusters. I want to have 1 big one in the back and 2 ion thrusters here, and then 2 ion thrusters here, big ones. I will use small ones for strafing motions and up and down motions. So I might have to put on a few more for this. I'm not sure yet how, but we will figure this out. I think I will make bracings like the top on the bottom too. I have to take a look a bit at how much space I have. So this is the top, the connector basically, and it connects here, and then I have 4 blocks down until there's a thruster in the way that might damage this whole thing. So that's what I want to not have. So I will go 4 down. I can make the bracing here, and I will try to keep everything within these bounds, don't know, up until somewhere back here, because the back part I have a lot more space behind the shield, so that should work. So I don't know, these things have 3 meters or so thruster damage. 4, I'm not sure. I took a look and I don't know how much really it is. I forgot because I took a look when I built this ship. And I think for the big ones it's 5. We will see. We will keep some everything a bit back so this thruster doesn't damage anything. Good. Let me start by putting the bracing in. This part here, I'm not sure. Maybe I will put some gyros here. And maybe keep it open for eventual programmable blocks or something like that. I want to keep this here fairly open because these are the only contact points I really need. In Space Engineers, there is no real structural integrity, so I can contact it up here and then everything works out. So I don't need bracings down here or something like that. And that should work out. Good. We need thrusters to the bottom, to the sides, and that should all work out. We can go with some hydrogen thrusters. And for that I will for that I will lay out some conveyors to the back or so. I have to see how that works out. Good. This is enough. We'll do the same at the top and then have some armor blocks come around to keep this all together, and again to mostly shield the cargo containers. Cargo containers still pretty fragile. Good. Let me build a bit and I will come back to you in a while. So let me just work here. So this is the first bit of the back part here, basically. I'm not done yet with it. It needs a bit more, but we can, I think, start making tests with it. That is one thing I definitely want to do. Bring it in and start digging out stuff. I'm missing some things. That's the problem right now. I'm missing thrusters to the front. We have the iron thrusters. We don't have any any hydrogen thrusters to the front. That's something we should change, by the way. We could use this area. Okay, let us open this up. I have to the back again. We have the big hydrogen thruster, but here I want to go with small ones. I would say instead of having the brace here, we just put in some conveyor blocks, have the thrusters here. I want to keep again a good amount of distance between the drill head and every thruster that fires to the front. So that is one thing we need to keep in mind. Okay, here's we should paint that because here we have gravity, and then we would use all the steel plates if we would just let them. Okay. Yeah, I'm building now for a good amount of time, so you will have to excuse me being maybe a bit tired or something like that. You see you see a pause of a few seconds, and in reality it's, I think, a few hours now. It's not only building, I had to do some other stuff in between, but I have the feeling, and that's one thing we need to address. One thing I did that I wanted to show off. I have to do that now. It's a bit interrupting the whole process here, but someone on Reddit made a bit of a post about yields of different materials when you process them in the refineries, and he mainly made that about uranium. It was just interesting to me that what he did was he compared different refineries with the normal refinery, the yield modules, a mix of yield modules, and some power saving modules to see how do you get more power, basically. So for the power that you put in. And he came to the conclusion that yield modules on a refinery to work with uranium would be good, because you get, it takes a long time, but you get a lot of material out of there. And so I have now a dedicated uranium refinery, so that I hopefully can get a lot of uranium for the power we put in. That's one of the struggles that I have, is that I kind of, I don't have a lot of uranium to power all this big stuff, and that's one thing that I wanted to address with this refinery. Good, now everything should be built. I think the assembler struggled to keep up with the amount of materials that I'm using up. Good, we have braking thrusters now, all in hydrogen 2 up. We need up and down to the sides. Yes, do I have downward ion thrusters? I have. So that's good. That's all we need. We have a few gyroscopes on here. This thing is hopefully not too whippy. And now we should get in position to dock this thing. But what I want to do first is we mark get some groups going. So we need the merge blocks. I need merge, and then we get this on the hotbar just for toggle block on off, and I hope that's enough to get away from this. Otherwise we'll have to see how we can do that. And then the connector on 3 switch lock. Also, I want to bring the connector power way down so that we don't pull this away with us. We will go with 5. No, that's too much. 0, 0, and 5. Just that we have a bit of power on there, but I want to be able to get away without pulling the without pulling the drill head with me. And for that we need to take a look at these settings. Good. Question is, if we connect this now, can we disconnect it by just turning off the merge blocks? Okay, we see. What's happening here? Why is this thing flying away? We are connected somehow. What is this? Do the merge blocks now work somehow different? Okay, that is enough. We can get away when we disconnect this. This looked like as if there is magnets in there that have the same poles set to each side. That's weird. So 3. That should work now. We can move it. It is movable pretty well, I have to say. Side thrusters. I need more side thrusters, I would say. And maybe more gyroscopes. Let me fly back. This thing is pretty long. One thing I want to set up definitely here is in the front somewhere a projector with a blueprint of the drill head set in, so that if we need it, we can just project the drill head, build a new one. That's one thing I want to do, but first we go and mine some ice to make the ship maybe a bit more... Okay, the next thing I might want to set up is a camera. I want to be able to view this camera. Then connector can stay that way. Remote controls, I don't need to take a look at that. Programmable blocks, that's one thing I need to figure out, because we will have to be able to turn off the programmable block when we approach the whole thing. So otherwise it will maybe move in and out of the sun while we are working with it. And so, and the next thing we should put on here is the tools. Okay, that works. And now we will go for some ice. Oh man, this thing is crazy big. Let us view from here. I can't see what's behind me. That's a bit nerve-wracking. Whoa, that's loud. Sorry people, I will have to do this now. Oh yeah, I need some stone dusters or a way to get rid of stone. Okay, let us just move forward. Oh yes. Oh, the noise is unbearable. I hope it's not so loud in the recording, because that's louder than it usually should be. Okay, let me go out of the camera. I want to see it from the outside. It's not as big as I would have thought. And we can straight drill into this thing, hopefully without destroying too much stuff. And see, we have hydrogen. That's good. That's a good thing. Let us just wiggle around a bit. Ah, there is things happening. I hope it's not too much destruction that's happening there. This whole thing should be pretty stable, I hope. The projector also would make it possible to repair the thing if it's set up in the front. So that's one of the next things I want to deal with. Maybe I do that for the next episode. Now we see that this is working. I can get materials pretty fast. And for the next episode, I will take a look at we might do something different, but then I have time to investigate what's up with the antennas and all that stuff. So I hope there's no damage towards the for the drills and all that stuff. I hope that works out. We could just go straight forward right now. And I think the width of the ship, yeah, the width is exactly so that we could just drill into the asteroid as much as we like. A bit more light would be nice, I think, or? Yeah, a bit more light would be good. And this is at the moment just for the effect. Okay. Let me get out of this. Yeah, with the hydrogen thrusters, this thing works a lot better. Having a combination of the two thruster types starts to make sense, kind of, because if I ever don't have enough hydrogen, I can I can still get home with just the ion thrusters, but the hydrogen makes it so much more maneuverable. That's pretty neat. Okay, it seems I don't have damage to the drills, so let me get up here. Yeah, it slows down so fast, and this makes real sense. Okay, let me get rid of a lot of the stone around here. The good thing is, with a lot of the performance improvements, we don't see... Alex Hudson said something that at the time he built his ship, yeah, the performance was not so brilliant of the game, and so it still is not so brilliant, but at that time it was a lot worse. He only could put in 25 drills, so the game wouldn't grind to a halt. So yeah, we were able to put some more on, and now we have to kind of dig ourselves into the asteroid to find more ice, I would say. There's also iron in there and uranium, and yeah, now we can go out and hopefully yeah, get a lot of materials, and we could jump to asteroids now, all this stuff. This thing makes a lot of sense, and it's good that we can take it home with the fleet if we go back to the Earth-like planet, because this thing then can definitely help us out there too, and we might be able to just get rid of the other drill. That was nice, but this thing is a lot nicer. A lot nicer. I'm normally not a big fan of these crazy drill walls, but I like it. I really like it. Seeing all the work this thing can do. Good, but I think I shouldn't drill here and show you just the drilling. So let us test out if we can, how fast we can get just rid of the whole thing, unlock it, get away. Do we have all the ice in? We have it in the cockpit and in the large cargo containers. Yeah, that's a good amount of ice, I would say. We can use some stone. I will just bring that home, and that's okay. There's ice in There's ice in the generators. They still fill up. And this thing here, this thing without the drills now makes... It performs really well. Really well. I hope that that stays that way. Okay, let me get into the cockpit. One thing I want to see is if we reconnect, can we then just start the drills again? That will be a thing that might be problematic for later use if we change the drill platform or the drill head at one point, because then I think block IDs will make a bit of a problem here. The first two slots there on the hotbar, that could be then not problematic, but we might have to how is it called? Come on. Am I good? Yes, I'm good. Perfect. We can connect. And now the ship gets emptied out. Yes, and hopefully it also fills the hydrogen tanks. No, it doesn't. Maybe it's too much. There's so much hydrogen in these tanks that it takes a while. I'm not sure. But that's good. We are good. We are really, really good with that right now. Good. We can then get away. This thing is really fast. Really fast. People, that's how I wanted it to be. Good. I think that's all for today. I will work a bit more on this and find out how the stuff with antennas works. Maybe if someone of you knows, then let me know, and maybe do some more outside work on this. Hope you liked the idea, and hope you liked what I've done here. At one point I definitely will put that on the workshop, so maybe you're interested in that. So let me get to the drill head. I need a... Oh, this thing is agile as, don't know, a smaller ship, definitely. Okay. I will have to see it from the outside. But yeah, good people. I'm getting distracted here. People, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video, and I hope to see you in the next one. People, thanks for watching. See ya, guys.